Hey, it's Marissa M. Kissa, or M. Kissa Creations, and here for another Flosstube video. It has been 8 months since my last Flosstube video, and 4 months since my last video at all. Part of that is because of all of that. And then I just realized I don't really stitch a lot in the summertime. There's a lot going on here in the summertime, and it is an outside time for us. It's not inside time. So I spent a lot of time outside with my kids. I spent a lot of time in our kitchen processing our garden harvest. We have a crabapple tree, so I made a couple batches of crabapple jelly. I pickled pickles. I pickled jalapenos. I made two giant batches of salsa. So we just kind of made the garden our summertime activity, and spent a lot of time at the beach, and stitching just wasn't a part of that. I was exhausted at night, and that was a thing. So we're trying outside video today. I'm hoping that this isn't all for naught and that my audio is okay. It's reliant on our neighbor not deciding that he needs to mow his lawn in the middle of this, but it should be pretty short and sweet. I don't have a ton to show you. I don't remember all of the stuff that I've worked on. I kind of went dark on my M. Kissa Creations Instagram for a little while as well. It wasn't happening. So we're all good. My older daughter started first grade a couple weeks ago. We are dealing with our first colds from that this week, which is not so much fun, but also expected when school starts because germs and small children. So welcome to my backyard. Remnants of the garden, still trying to dry out some loofah sponges, still need to pull out some more plants, but overall it's pretty mellowed out. I've got to get some garlic in the ground before we start getting cold. That's it. I did fully finish two things very recently. I've been waiting to find the perfect frames for these pieces. I was waiting till Halloween time because I always am hopeful that stores will release some kind of spookier frames, but it really never seems to happen. And I didn't want to pay big bucks to have these framed since they're only 8x10s. I know I could do it myself. So, oh, and I just realized, okay, there we go. So, these are two kind of spooky pieces, so they're perfect to kind of finish right now and show off right now. They're going to be hanging in probably our living room pretty soon. This is a prairie moon. It's called Niwala Ceremonial Rug. Niwala is Halloween backwards. So, also kind of squinty. That's because of the sun. That's how it happens. I did substitute, they called for an orange, and I don't remember what the orange that was called for was, but I substituted Island Blue from, I think it's a Simply Shaker floss. But it might also just be Gentle Arts, like regular line floss. But I'm pretty sure it's Gentle Arts Island Blue. So I substituted that. There were a couple skeins that I got that I really had to kind of fussy cut to make sure that I was getting all of the bright turquoise that I wanted and not, it kind of goes to like a dingy, just like a dingier, it's a dingy and then a bright of the same color. So did eat up a lot more floss just because of the way that I wanted the colors to show up. But I love the way it turned out, and it's finally in a frame. Then, so this one I finished actually in 2018, so it's been a long time just kind of sitting in a box, so I was really happy to get it in a frame. And then bought the same frame for Prairie Schoolers Hocus Pocus. This is not what the pattern looks like. I moved blocks around. I substituted blocks from the back. Like, it comes with two little bonus squares to kind of make as ornaments. I believe that gaze is one of those, so I put that into the middle. And I think maybe this guy is also from the back. I don't remember. And then also it's stitched in Purple Majesty instead of the called for orange DMC. Everything else I use for is called for, the grays and the... Actually, it's not, because it is charted in that dark brown. It's not... I think $37.99 is a dark gray that I like to use. Maybe like $33.91 or something like that. It's charted in dark brown. Most of the Prairie Schoolers are, like the Halloweeny ones, but I just substituted 310. And then the grays, though, are the called for, and then the purple is Purple Majesty. And I also wanted to show you, I posted this recently on my Instagram, just because it came back out again. And so that is my pattern. It's Witch Shoes. This is available in my Etsy shop. I finished it in a frame that I got off Amazon. It is Laura Ashley. So I think if you just like search Laura Ashley Victorian frame, if I can still find it on there, I'll put a link below. And definitely share that with you. But if you stitch it on, I want to say 32 count fabric, it fits perfectly into a 5x7. So you don't have to worry about getting it fancy framed. You don't have to worry about sewing it into a pillow. There have been a lot of really cool creative finishes of this. Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World just fully finished hers, and it's like hanging on a broomstick. It's really cute. Helen D finished hers on some like wooden witch shoes that she found. So it has a ton of possibilities, but also easy way out is just a 5x7 frame. So super quick stitch, super fun, and I will link that below as well. All right, so that's kind of that. I haven't really finished any other projects. I've only recently started picking stitching back up, and it was because of this project. The Witchy Stitcher started a stitch along for cryptids, so it's called the Cryptid Sal. I haven't purchased a cross stitch pattern in probably almost a year, and this one just was like, you're doing this one. So it is a stitch along, so I don't have a cover picture for what the finished piece will look like. And also, please don't freak out. I did make sure that this will fit on my fabric. I just wanted, you'll see the way that the modeling is on the color, I wanted that to be like included in my piece, and so I moved it over a bit more, but it will fit. I made sure. I did have like a little mini freak out, but it's gonna fit. This fabric is from the Color and Cotton Christmas box, maybe 3 years ago, and it had just been sitting waiting for the perfect project, and I think this is the perfect project. So here is where I'm at so far with the Cryptid Sal. So the Mothman, the Fresno Nightcrawler, the Enfield Horror, and the Jersey Devil. So we're getting there. She did release the entirety of the frame in the beginning, but I don't trust myself to count that right all the way along. So by doing it along with the individual releases, I have more counting points to make sure that everything's correct and my borders are going to line up at the end. I am stitching it on linen. It's Color and Cotton. It's from a mystery box. I don't think it has a name. I think it was just like special edition Christmas gold or something. But I love, there's like a little bit of red in it, and this pattern mostly is just like reds, grays, and like neutral tones. So I think it's gonna look perfect. I did, so the Fresno Nightcrawler, she did give options as to, like, you could backstitch it in 310 or backstitch it in like one of the darker, like, goldy beiges that she has. And I love how I went through everybody's that finished theirs before mine and looked at all of them, and it looks great both ways. When you backstitch it in the 310, it really like outlines it and it pops off. When you outline it in the gold that she recommended, I feel like it really gives it like a little bit more depth, which I think is just like awesome. Awesome color choice, awesome design, awesome suggestion. I love that she offered both. I think if you, I mean, even my fabric is pretty close to some of those colors, excuse me, and it still really like fit and worked, and still makes everything pretty visible. I hope you can see it on the camera. In real life you can, but yeah. So that is that's my most recent start. And then the whip that I've been working on the most and I'm really kind of trying to get done is my Ocean ABCs. So this is supposed to be for my girls' bathroom upstairs, and all the other components for their bathroom are coming together, so I want to really get this going. Plus I made it a goal to finish it this year, which I think I can do. Getting pretty close. I think the last time I showed it to you, I had finished the kite and had just also finished the lighthouse. So I finished the pelican, the quahog, umbrellas, and zephyr. This is Y for yacht. There's a sea turtle here for T, and I'm getting there. I have 11 more full blocks to do. They're not all letters, some of them are just kind of like accent blocks. So still working on this, still chugging along, and hopefully it will be done soon. The other pattern that I always talk about really wanting to finish is another one that I have worked on since the last time I filmed, but I still haven't finished it yet. I do need to kind of get re-inspired, but it is coming close, and that is Bienvenue from Long Dog Samplers, and it is the birth sampler for my youngest, and she is 4 now, so that's just how that is. But we're coming along on that, and I'll show you. This one didn't get ironed, but so the last time I even posted about it on Instagram, I had just finished this bird right here. So I've kind of gotten all of this done right here. I'm so close. I don't know why I can't pick it up and work on it. But getting close. So close. So thank you for everybody that is tuning back into me. I apologize for being gone for so long. It's just the way it is. I feel like I'm probably going to take a hiatus most summers. It just isn't a stitchy time for me. It's just too much other stuff. So the plan is to work on Ocean ABCs and to work on the Cryptid Sal every time a new one comes out. This one I was actually able to finish like within 2 days of it coming out. That was because of the school cold situation that's happening, so I had a day off on the weekend, which is very rare, and I was excited to spend it with my little one, and then she was down for the count, so I got a little bit of extra stitching time in and got that done and knocked out. And so now I wait for this Friday when they release the new one, when the Witchy Stitcher releases the new one, and we go from there. I hope you're having a lovely day, and thank you again for tuning in. If you don't already subscribe, I would appreciate new subscribers, but either way, thanks for stopping by, thanks for sticking through this, and I will see you next time. Bye.